Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Broadchurch. Last time around, honestly, we're just kind of on pins and needles right now because Hardy and Miller got some information, some kind of rushed information, I don't know, that another sock was found at Axhampton. It contains the saliva of Trish, and there's a DNA match on one of the people, one of the men, one of the suspects. So they now know who is the person who raped Trish. But of course they left it on a cliffhanger. I say rushed because, again, it's not something they found. It's just something, like, at the last second was brought to them, so... But the other stuff, last episode, there was a lot of evidence mounting towards Jim. The prevailing thing with Jim is that he was in the woods, sexually frustrated with the specific condoms pretty much at the time that Trish was raped. So, that's pretty bad. But there's also Ed, there's also Lucas, there is the possibility of Ian or Leo, but I think those are pretty far down on there, but I don't know. The thing is, I have a very personal stake in this now, because at the end of last episode, I made a prediction, and I said Jim. And I also said that if I'm wrong about it being Jim, then I have to do 20 push-ups on camera. I don't know why I did this either, but yeah. So I might have to do that in this episode. I don't know. I'll have to see. But hopefully not. But we'll have to see. We're just going to have to see. I assume it's just going to, like, we're going to get right into it. So, yeah, honestly, I don't even want to stick around and talk about more stuff. We could talk about Mark, but honestly, I just want to see if I have to do push-ups or not. So, why don't we go ahead and jump right into this episode of Broadchurch. The final episode, by the way. So, here we go.
Get out.
You don't tell me what I can or can't do anymore.
No, what?
Evening, Clive.
What are you doing here?
Clive Lucas, I'm arresting you in connection with the rape of Patricia Winterman.
Oh, no!
House on Saturday, the 28th of May this year.
You'll want these as well.
I can explain.
Oh, looks like you'll need to.
Meh. I mean, maybe it's not.
What's going on?
I'm not doing push-ups till after the episode.
So Jim Atwood, Clive Lucas or Ed Burnett, take your pick. Who do we talk to first?
For the tape, I'm showing Mr. Lucas exhibit AH-141.
Well, it's Clive Lucas, not Lucas. I don't give a fuck about his name. We're just gonna call him Clive from now on.
You asked Jim Atwood why he was arguing with Trish at the party.
No, we weren't aware of that. What time was that?
10ish, I suppose. She told him to stay away from her. I don't know why you keep coming for me when he's out there.
Well, he's in
We
here.
weren't there at that time. According to the statement you gave us,
Well, you're making shit
you were on
up.
the road to lying with a passenger.
So either you're making shit up or you're lying. Well, I guess both is lying.
Check the CCTV. Please. I want to help. I'm trying to help. If you waste time on me, you won't catch the bloke who did it.
I've sat across from you during all these interviews. I've listened to every word.
I love how
Watched
wide
your
his eyes
actions.
get. Just
I've studied your body language. And I think there is still something that you are not telling us.
oh god.
Because I heard it.
You heard what, Ed?
He heard the rape.
I heard her being raped. I could have stopped it. I could have helped her. You want to know why I've slept near her place ever since? Because I failed her.
Nice like this. I
Jimmy.
wish I still smoked.
Meh.
I knew he used to smoke.
What's your instinct? You think that's finally the truth from him?
Well, it could be. It could be a very clever get out jail-free card.
It could
I
be
wasn't there, but I was
anything.
nearby.
If that's what he's been carrying, that explains a lot. That's a thing to live with.
Well, it's nothing compared to what Trish is dealing with.
True.
Well,
So this field links to that road, which has a parking lay-by and a newly installed traffic camera.
Uh-huh. It's so dark I can't
There
see.
he is. There's his car and there's his registration.
Very good, Miller. You should do this for a living.
Meh.
And that license plate belongs to...
Belongs to... Please be Jim, please be Jim, please be Jim, please be Jim, please be Jim. What?
swaggery little shit.
Fuck! I mean, that doesn't mean he raped her, but just fucking... Why?
I'm just catching up half the time. A few months later, I'm like, oh yeah. What Beth said was right. That's what it's like being me.
He's trying, but she's not
A
smiling.
month late and 10 quid short, my mum would have said.
Meh.
You're
The...
not that bad.
Oh.
Thanks very much.
Make a good hot chocolate.
Yeah, my kitchen skills are all right.
I love the way she's playing that. There's nothing from her mouth, you know?
I don't feel part of you anymore. I don't live here. We're not together. We're not going to be, are we? Come on, least you can do is be honest with me.
That's not her fault, though. No.
I really love you, Mark. I always have. So much. I remember when I used to see you and I felt like my body was bursting.
I can't take it when this man cries.
You can still see Lizzie. You know what? You can be friends. You can come to the house.
No. I have to go. I have to sort myself out for a bit.
Go work at the church. Keep drinking those energy drinks.
We've always thought he was rubbish at lying, but maybe he's not a bad liar. Maybe he's a good liar, because the best liars always stick close to the truth.
So he did drive to Lyme that night, only later than he told us. And the person he took was Leo Humphreys.
Exactly, Leo's phone. Where's the analysis on Leo's phone? I saw that come through earlier.
God, this is so much. I just want to know already. So I was wrong about last episode's like, they're just giving the information. Like, nope. They are going through. But it is much harder than Sherlock Holmes ever did.
We tracked that phone the night Trish Winterman was raped, and it was in Axhampton. Just like Leo Humphrey's phone. As was your phone. And then later that night, around 1 a.m., all three phones were triangulated together in the same place. These three phones, these three people, all together.
3 people.
You alright? Need you to take us to town, please, mate.
His son? What?
Why'd you do it, Michael?
Hold on, what was his name? I don't even know his name.
Don't see her. I've asked her to make a man of you. She's your girlfriend. And we're mates. I'm letting you borrow her.
Fucking
mind.
Jesus.
She does as she's told. It's only sex.
This actor's really good at just being the sleaziest, most shit human being. Jesus Christ.
Look at them. Old piss people wishing they were still young. That's a birthday girl. I'd fuck her.
What a fucking sad human being.
Who's that?
I put myself on the line for you and you say it's not right. Do as you're told. I don't want this, man. Get down there. Before she wakes up. Go on, Michael. Be a man.
I was not expecting that. Also, his name's Michael. Good to know.
Say it was me.
He's trying to protect his son.
Don't put him through this. He's just a boy.
Well, Clive, you got the not as big a shit as you could have been award.
Recovered from a phone taped to the back of Leo Humphrey's desk. Appears to be footage of the attacks on Trish Winterman and Laura Benson.
And Laura
along
Benson.
With 2 others we don't have formal records of.
2 others.
I'm assuming
That's Laura Benson.
Now I feel shit for this whole push-up thing. This fucking guy in his smug
Leo,
face.
you're
God.
aware you have been further arrested in connection with 3 further offences of rape.
And what about the women? Did you stop to think how they felt?
Not really.
But you knew it was wrong and illegal.
It's only sex.
It's rape!
They'd all had sex before. Why does one more time make a difference?
They did not get the choice. Their bodies are not yours.
Tried to keep it to 1 a year. Didn't want to get greedy. Once you've had a taste, it's hard. Kept thinking I was going to get caught. When it wasn't in the news and nobody came, I wanted that feeling again.
Did you know the
So
names
can
of
we
the other 2
arrange
women
for
who
like a
attacked?
prison stabbing or something?
Makes you feel in control. For that moment, there's nothing else, just you in charge. There's a moment where you're in harmony with the world, and it's beautiful.
Wait, who's playing football? Wait a minute. Okay. Mark, I will take an entire season of you. Mark, please.
I never wanted that day to end.
I never want this scene to end. Damn it. I love that we just never saw Jim in this episode. Like, nope.
Ed Burnett's gone. And Jim Atwood. We have him now, that footage will send him down.
I mean, that is 100% solid evidence. This ain't gonna be like last season.
He is not what men are. He's an aberration.
He's not what
so.
humans are. Now go home and slap your son.
You got your sermon worked out?
To all 7 people who'll be there.
I'm still hoping you'll reconsider.
Paul, I would love to hear your sermon right now.
Everything's
Good God.
I'm going to start my own YouTube channel.
All right.
I knew you'd do that. Teenagers can be millionaires. I must be able to scrape a few quid in clicks. Reporting.
Ain't that the
Local
goddamn
professional.
truth?
Wherever takes my fancy.
Fuck those teenagers on
I'm
TikTok.
gonna vlog and see where it gets me.
You know what? Godspeed. I'll fucking sub.
Can I come in?
Okay, it's both of them this time, but... Oh, okay.
We charged someone in connection with the attack.
Miller went to Trish. That makes sense.
I don't think I want to know who it is.
Meh,
Is it someone I know?
I
His
think.
name's Michael Lucas.
I don't know who that is.
Meh.
We believe he was essentially groomed into doing it by a local man named Leo Humphreys. We've charged Leo alongside Michael for your rape, as well as 3 other non-recent cases of rape.
60. Why me? Why did he rape me? What had I done?
They were at the party. It wasn't planned, not totally.
So I was just unlucky.
I'm
Yeah.
really sorry, Trish. But there's no doubt we've got clear, concrete evidence they're going to go down for this.
Absolutely no doubt.
Wow. Maggie Ratcliffe is rather a good recruiter.
Meh.
And good deeds.
Ah, Nige. My buddy.
Not giving up.
God, the whole
Meeting
fucking
together,
cast is
as
here.
Some are in the habit of doing.
Everyone's talking about your case. The fact you got them.
Are they? Right.
I'm really proud of you, Dad.
Oh, good.
Really so proud.
They fucking saved who knows how many women.
Dad.
Ian, you're off the
Say
case.
if it's inappropriate, but what if I brought around a takeaway later? I was thinking maybe Chinese.
Oh, I
You know, that
love
set menu we
Chinese.
used to have. Is that a rubbish idea?
He's trying.
No, that could work.
Brand, why don't you guys go off together? Sort your shit out. Man, that woman has some red hair. Stick at the plumbing van, too. Is Nige out of a job? Oh, that fucking beach. And this is how it always ends.
I keep thinking about Michael Lucas and what Leo brought him to.
He called at my house. He was one of the boys that had photos of Daisy.
Oh fuck yeah. God, I fucking forgot about everything.
We did our job, Miller. We got the people responsible. That's all we can do.
Oh yeah. You can also drink.
I could do with a drink. Short one.
Right.
We could go to the pub. We've never been to the pub.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
I should go back to Daisy.
For a second that started to feel like good omens.
So, you and Daisy then? You're gonna stay properly now? You don't hate it that much?
Don't hate the
See you
place.
tomorrow, Miller.
I just hate the people.
Fine. See you tomorrow.
Oh, God. Boy, in the moment of learning the truth behind it all, I definitely felt like an asshole for the fact that I made a bet on who it would be. Now, that is purely on the fact that this is a television show that left us with a cliffhanger for it. However, I do still feel like an asshole. I'm a man of my word. I will honor the agreement. I'm gonna wait a little because we're gonna do the discussion and then I'm gonna have to figure out some way of filming this, so. But I will do it. As a note, they're not going to be good push-ups. I think you could figure that out, so. But I said 20. I said 20 push-ups if it's not Jim Atwood. And it's not. Jim didn't even say a fucking word in this episode. They were so in on that. And then just gone, you know? Like, there was a little bit of Ed. A little bit of Ed, a little bit of Ian at the end, but man. Alright, so here's the question is, because I know in season 1 they didn't tell the actor who played Joe, you know? So he played it like Joe was completely innocent, you know, because that's what he thought. So that's why Joe was so convincing. I don't know if that happened here or not. Actually, okay, I'm gonna be a bit honest that I did not know who it was going to be. Obviously, I didn't know who it was going to be because I gave myself a losing bet, you know? If I knew who it was going to be, I would have had the winning bet, you know? So take this as I did not know who it was because I signed myself up to 20 push-ups if I was wrong, and I'm wrong. What I did see. Here's what I did see. At the beginning of the season, I was looking for the image for the background of my thumbnails, And when I found the image on Google Images, it was connected to a headline that said Broadchurch Season 3, or whatever, and this isn't verbatim, but basically, at the last second, they had to change who it was. That Leo and Michael were not supposed to be the original answer to the question, basically. They were not the original criminals. That's all I saw. And I didn't even see, that it was them, obviously. I just saw criminal was supposed to be someone different. That's literally all I saw. I didn't see any characters. I really didn't know any of the characters. So that's it. That is all I saw, and quite frankly, I forgot about it most of the time. So, that's it. Even still, remember, I had the losing bet. So I wasn't really spoiled on that. That is more of a behind-the-scenes thing. So now I'm curious about that. I guess I can look it up. It's not like there's any more... It's not like there's anything else. So, I guess I can look it up. Broadchurch Season 3. Broadchurch Season 3, ending explained. Each character's fate. Okay. This is a good point here. This says, like in Season 1, the villains are predators. Which, I mean, I guess that was always the case, is sexual predator, so... yeah. Alright, that sounded dumb, but still. Okay, so I can't see anything. I can't find anything on it, but... yeah, that's what I heard, so you guys can tell me in the comments, but... I don't know. Maybe if it was supposed to be Jim, but I don't know. It still works pretty well. Okay, here's the thing. The only thing I'm going to say about it, even though you could sort of compare Michael to Joe as sort of, someone never would have suspected, I will say Joe was more of a character, because there were plenty of scenes with Joe. I didn't know Michael's name. When he showed up, I was like, oh, him. Fuck. And then it's like, what's his name? So, that's the thing, is I didn't even remember his name. And he was the rapist. Now, granted, the bigger thing is Leo, but still. I didn't even catch his name. So the fact that he's a big part of it, it's like, oh, okay. My mind was not even there, But what I was saying earlier about Joe, where they didn't tell the actor, so he just played it like a normal guy. That's the thing, though, is if they didn't tell the actor playing Leo, he was smarmy from the beginning, Maybe they thought he might have a part to play, so it's like, well, I'll make him a little smarmy or something, but... because that's the thing, it's like, at the end, he got that smarminess back, man. And man, I wrote him off last episode. I was like, no, I don't think it's Leo, no, I don't think it's Ian. It wasn't Ian, Which they never addressed. See, that's the thing, there was that point where it's like, oh, Ian blacked out for a while. It's like, they never went back and addressed that. So, maybe it was supposed to be Ian. I don't know, but yeah, Leo, from the beginning, when he shouldn't have been suspicious, that's the thing, from the beginning with him, he was pretty sus, but, this also doesn't fully explain why, I guess it leaves some threads, it leaves some loose threads, but I guess that's okay, because, it doesn't explain why Ed had, 5,000 pictures of Trish like a fucking stalker. The explanation is, he is a stalker. He's obsessed with Trish. He didn't rape her, but... or... I guess there's nothing really left with Jim. It's that, he didn't get it on in the woods, so... he left, and that was that, Ian has that thread left that it's like, well, what happened when he blacked out? The answer is he blacked out, and that was that, And everything with Clive is just that he was covering for his son, He was covering for Michael, which, to his credit, I mean, I guess that doesn't explain why he had, he has the keys of all those people's houses. So there are threads left open, but we got the criminals responsible, I will say, it's exactly the thing that Hardy said earlier in this season, is that this whole case makes you ashamed to be a man, And that's the thing, is like a lot of this shit, it's like this should not be normalized, Like every fucking weird ass misogynistic thing that went through Leo's head that led him to be a serial rapist, It's just... this is not what men are, This is not what it means to be a man. This is what it means to be shit. He's shit. Literal feces. And I hope he fucking dies in prison, Fuck that guy. Fuck it. Just like, what the hell? And it's an interesting sort of juxtaposition between, I guess, all the seasons, but because with Joe, I mean, Joe was very regretful, because for him it was an accident. He never meant to kill Danny. And he was regretful to a point, because he still pled not guilty. But he was regretful, whereas Leo is like, yeah, of course I did that. I liked it. I have this harmony with the universe. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, even just, when they're at the party and it's like, look at all these, piss old people wishing they were still young. Like, dude, you're nothing. You like this. I'm about to fucking turn to Kylo Ren. Like, you're nothing. You're garbage. It's like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You're just some fucking dude that owns a twine shop. You're not hot shit. I mean, you are a steaming pile of horse manure, and everything that comes out of your mouth is horse manure. But it's fucking uppity shits, man. Not even. I feel like uppity shits aren't even like, I don't even know what the fuck to call Lucas. It's just fuck off. So, I guess it was none of our main suspects. I mean, I guess it was because Leo was in there, but like 3 episodes ago I had written off Leo, But then again, 3 episodes ago he might not have been the criminal, It might not have been him. I don't know at what point it changed, I tell you what, it was not built up in the last episode. Like, last episode, it was... You had a bit of Clive, you had Jim, and you had Ed. But here it's Leo and Michael. I barely even knew who the fuck Michael was, Jiminy Christmas, man. That's that. I will say, though, I am glad, because last episode I was worried that it's like, oh, we're just going to get the answer then, and that's going to be that. And it's like, oh, well, okay, I didn't really... Like, I want, them to figure it out. I don't want them to just be given an answer. And sure enough, like, I'm glad that they went, like, even though they sort of cliffhanged it, like, oh, yeah, this is going to be the answer and stuff, it's like, nope. That, like, they still had a lot of work to do to figure that out. So I'm at least glad for that. The other stuff this episode, Mark is finally going to go sort his shit out. Fucking finally. Maggie is going to have a YouTube channel? Hell yeah. Fucking sure. I love the way she says, if teenagers can make millions on the internet, surely I can scrape a couple quid, And by God, like, look, take it from a guy who is about the same age as Mr. Beast. Yeah, I get that. I fucking get that. Seeing, and nothing against, like, I don't really have a problem with Mr. Beast, you know, and more power to him for being that successful. Clearly, he struck something better than I did, but I fucking get it, man. I fucking get it. Now, people on TikTok making millions, I don't know about that. At least Mr. Beast, I think, makes content. You know what? Hand to God, I've never watched a Mr. Beast episode. It just doesn't interest me. Again, nothing against the guy. From what I hear, he's a nice guy, but I just have no interest in watching his stuff. So I like that. Paul's just leaving. I kind of want Paul and Mark to just go somewhere together, just be bros, you know? I don't know. Feel bad for Leo's girlfriend. Just a piece of property to him. Buck. Well, it was a good show. It was definitely a good show. I really enjoyed it. I think one, and this is a minor thing, honestly, but one thing I did really enjoy is, you know, recently Dad and I we've been watching Good Omens Season 2, and legitimately a thought that went in through my head is, man, it's nice to be watching David Tennant again, you know? Like, I feel like I haven't watched David Tennant in a long time. And then I immediately think, what the hell am I talking about? I've been watching David Tennant this whole time on Broadchurch, but if there is any role that David Tennant sinks into and you forget about him, it's Hardy, you know? Like, that is, it's amazing how good he is at that, you know? Like, every other role, I feel like I can still look at him and be like, yeah, you're David Tennant doing your David Tennant thing. But here, David Tennant melts into that role, and he is just brilliant. Maybe it's the beard. I don't know. Maybe it's the scruff. But honestly, yeah, because David Tennant, mainly just because, you know, because of his, you know, I guess more fantasy work or sci-fi work on Good Omens or Doctor Who, you see him as this larger-than-life, almost cartoony character. Obviously, he brings a lot of depth to his character, but, you know, he's also playing these, you know, larger-than-life, crazy, ridiculous characters, and that's great. So to see him playing such a grounded character, you know, is so amazing. I mean, even as, like, Kilgrave in Jessica Jones, it's like, I still look at that and be like, yeah, you're still David Tennant, you know? You're still David Tennant doing the David Tennant thing. But here, it's like, no, that's D.I. Alec Hardy, you know? And the two of them, I gotta say, like, I think Season 1 is probably the best season. I think most people agree with that. But these two seasons have also been pretty solid. I love, though, in this one, that the dynamic between Hardy and Miller is just on point, you know? It is so perfect how the two of them work together. So I really enjoyed that aspect of this season, you know? But I will say Season 1's probably the best because it's so contained, you know? And even to the point, like, you know, because the other two seasons always kind of have to split focus, you know? Season 2 really split focus between Joe's trial and the Sandbrook case. You really had to go back and forth on, you know, on both of those plot lines, and it worked. I enjoyed those episodes. That season was really good, but it is something, it's two stories at the same time, you know? And this season kind of had that just because we did have to cut back to Mark Latimer doing stuff. You know, we did have to cut back to Maggie at the failing Broadchurch Echo, or Paul who's going to leave or something. We have to go back to those characters, and that's fine. It's nice to see, you know, where those characters are, you know, how are they progressing, because we spent so much time with them. But at the same time, those characters have nothing to do with Trish's case, you know? The only one who does is Beth, because she's a part of that case, you know? So that was at least really good. But definitely the best season is Season 1, but because sometimes I say, like, you know, like Prison Break, the first two seasons are, like, solid gold, especially, like, the first season is solid gold. It is a brilliant season, and it's just amazing. Every subsequent season is a little bit less. Still good, but a little bit less. And honestly, if you're watching through Prison Break the first time, I recommend saving season 5 for later, because it was supposed to be that. Whereas this, I feel like if you watch all 3 seasons in the same way I did, you're fine, You're fine, it's good. You can watch all 3 of them and enjoy them one after another. You don't have to stop after season... Even though season 1 is very contained, you don't have to stop after season 1. So, with all of that, this was a really good show. I'm glad I watched it. And next week, we'll do something else. I still haven't decided. But there will probably be, in the description and in the pinned comment, there will be a thing that'll let you know what the next show is going to be here in the Friday time slot. Or maybe I'll have it at the end when I do the end credits. However, it is time for me to be a man of my word. So, if you will give me a few minutes, I'm going to clear all this set away, and I'm going to do 20 push-ups on camera like an asshole. So, 1 second. I can already tell I'm not going to do this. Hello? 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 We're down here now. I already regret this, so, here we go. 20. I'll keep the microphone down here. Hope you can see me well. And I'm going to regret. Again, these are not going to be good push-ups. I don't even know if I'm going to get my knees off the ground. No, that's not happening. So, sorry, I am unfit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. You know what? Change it to sit-ups. Because it does... I did just realize... It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So... Yeah, fuck it. We'll do sit-ups too. Look. Fat man tries to do exercise on the internet. Okay. I gotta let my arms be free. Here we go. 1. I don't know if that counts. I'm using the full power of my pelvis. 2. I'm absolutely cheating on this. But you know what? I don't care. 3. 4. Oh god, my shirt. 5. That is hurting. That's legitimately hurting. See, if any of you disliked that I was making this bet with myself, now you can see my punishment for doing this in the first place. What are we on? 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. And 10. I did it. I did it. I did it. Why don't I do this? Then I can hold this like a microphone. I did it. Was it worth it? I don't know. So, next week, we'll be starting a new show here on the channel, and I'm gonna not take bets with myself anymore. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed these reactions to Broadchurch. I certainly enjoyed the show, so much that I decided to do physical exercise to celebrate the end. Yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Broadchurch reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.